now.
It is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is, the greatest there was, and the greatest there ever will be. I am greatness personified. Myself. Yes. Yes. Stoney greatness. And I am here with the man of the hour, the myth, the legend, the conqueror, the activist, the author, the philanthropist, the entertainer, the educator,
The engineer.
the engineer, the architect of ecstasy.
Oh, wow.
Like that?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's giving a lot.
So show some respect. Bend the knee. Because they come from all across the world to see the man who wears the crown that hangs 2 inches from the ground. Yes. He is your king. He is my king. He is King Kevyn.
Well, I will say thank you. I appreciate it. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for joining Stoney and I for another great episode of the GreatMines Show. We're back with another review for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15, this time episode 13.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
We are at our final 4.
Yes, final 4. So yeah, so I know last week we tried to incorporate some other topics. We're going to incorporate some topics, some other topics, but we're going to keep definitely this focus. This episode is going to focus a lot on Drag Race, especially the last episode, and everything. I do want to dive into the episode, but we're down to the final 4 now, right? So we're going to be without Drag Race for a bit of time. At least until the next All-Star season comes. Right.
Which we're going to touch on a little bit tonight.
Yeah. And we have some news, some rumored news as to who the cast of the next All-Stars 8 is going to be. Because we know it's not going to be an all-winner season. But we know that, they're going to be pulling from past seasons, and as well as seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race, Canada's RuPaul's Drag Race. So we're looking forward to that. Maybe even UK. Maybe a UK queen might come over.
Seems to be a thing now.
So yeah. We'll see how that goes. And everything. Are we talking about that now, or are we going into the episode? Which one do you want to do?
Let's talk about the episode, and then we'll lead into that.
All right, let's go straight into the episode. So we have finally reached the makeover challenge. It is a RuPaul's Drag Race staple, much like Snatch Game. Much like the Rusical, the library. There are things that we expect to see every season of RuPaul's Drag Race. The RuPaul's Drag Race. We're okay if we see them on All Stars. We don't expect them on All Stars as much, but we definitely expect to see it on RuPaul's Drag Race. So this season, they decided to make over teachers. So they chose, teachers, I guess, from all over the country who, obviously are fans of RuPaul's Drag Race. And they came in and got the whole dragified makeover and was turned into and adopted into the drag families of the 5 remaining queens.
But let's rewind. Let's go to this mini challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there was a mini challenge. There was a mini challenge this week because we got 90-minute episodes back.
So in this mini challenge, Ru comes into the workroom and she's like, so you guys have spent so much time with each other that you should know each other pretty well. So we're going to play a game. I'm going to say who's most likely to, whatever the case may be, and whoever, we're going to put up which queen we attribute that to. I'm definitely paraphrasing it the worst way. But so the game begins, and I don't remember every last question, but like most likely to steal something. Mistress. Most likely to steal your man was Sasha.
Sasha Colby, yeah.
Most likely to know it all. I think they know it all.
The queen who thinks they're the smartest.
Oh, Lucy
LaDuca, yeah. Then there was the queen who was the shadiest, and then that was Mistress. Yeah.
Name the queen who was the hairiest.
Mistress, yeah.
And then name the queen who was most likely to have a sugar daddy.
Yeah, that was Lux. And then the last question.
What I miss?
No, that was fine. That was one that I thought you were going to miss. I thought you were going to get to the last one. But the last question was worth 5 points.
Yes.
Right? And it was...
which queen is going home next?
Yeah.
And unanimously, which means that this queen voted for themselves.
Yep.
Lucy LaDuca.
Yeah, because you got a point. The majority got the points.
Right.
You know, yeah. So
which was a smart strategy because Lucy LaDuca, who bet against herself in this game, and she won. Yeah,
she won the game. She won her 8 billionth mini challenge, guys.
Yeah, her 8 billionth.
Yeah.
Pit stop.
Shout out to Bianca Del Rio
and the pit stop.
We love the pit stop. Watch the pit stop, folks. Yes. Right after this here on YouTube and Facebook, go and watch Bianca Del Rio on the pit stop. She's doing a fabulous job. Yes, Bianca, we love you.
So now that Dookie Delusion has gained this new win, and she has a newfound power, because when Ru introduces the main challenge, because Lucy won the mini challenge.
By the way, Lucy, I just because the queens watch our stuff. Lucy, I just want you to know, we're fans here of the show. You can go watch the earlier shows. We love you. It's just that your edit, all right, and we'll blame it on the edit. Okay,
we'll blame it on the edit.
I'm trying to be nice to the lady.
I'm being nice too. I'm
calling her Dookie. That's not nice.
Dookie, oh my gosh, Stoney, all the things that you said in the history of the GreatMines Show, and you gonna come at me talking about me calling her
I
Dookie.
know, but Lucy,
it's a play on words anyway. Like, listen to her name.
I get it. I want her to come on the show if she ever
Dookie Delusion.
Comment.
Dookie Delusion, you are always welcome to come on the GreatMines Show. We would love to have you. You're an amazing queen.
We're fans.
We are fans, Dookie Delusion, so join us. But Dookie Delusion got the upper hand in this situation because Ru let her know that she gets to pick which teacher she wants and select the other teachers for the other queens.
Right.
Now, there has been a beef brewing for like the past.
And I blame Ru. This is definitely an edit situation here because, this is just me. Because she had to pick for each one. So they basically went from, where she was standing to the left, right? But then came back to Mistress because Mistress was in front of her, right? And then
I didn't even notice that.
Saved Lux for last.
So
RuPaul did that, and then that was
the reason why that's been happening is because there's been a beef brewing between Lux and Lucy.
Yes.
So
big old beef.
In this situation, Lucy wanted to use her power against Lux. So Lux ended up with Hispanic older lady who was a 3rd grade teacher, if I'm not mistaken. Now Lux aesthetic is that skinny, slim, young girl, and now she has this middle-aged, older Hispanic lady with a different body type. And there was a disconnect between Lux and her teacher, Ms. Reyes.
I blame Lux for that, looking at the way that it was edited.
The way it was edited, yeah. And I would hold Lux accountable for that too. Considering,
not saying that Lux, you didn't take the time to get to know her, but it seemed like you were being very standoffish. You were so focused on trying to, pull
together a look.
Yeah, and give Lucy her comeuppance.
Right?
Like
it did come off that way.
That you lost sight of the opportunity to make a connection and to really because these people are going to go back out into their regular lives and their students are going to see this, and you don't know the opportunity that you could have had with that interaction. We don't know based off of the edit.
Behind the scenes, they had more time than we've seen.
Yeah,
so they had more than enough time to actually make a connection. And by the time Lux was doing her makeup for the main stage, they were having great conversations. So it's likely that within the time that we don't see, they actually did build a connection. But what was shown, Lux seemed to be a little bit disconnected. and it kind of shows later on in the show.
Right.
So I'm not going to name teacher to queen, but everyone else kind of got something that was aesthetically their style. Anyway.
Yeah. Kind of resembled where they had an easier time.
It was
easier canvas to make a family resemblance.
Whereas Lux was total opposite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
yeah. Now, do I think Sasha would have struggled with that teacher? No. I don't think Sasha would have struggled at all. I think Sasha would have figured out what the heck
like literally
went down and made it work. But I just feel like RuPaul should have let Lucy just pick him the way that she was going to pick him. And if I was Lucy, in order to show how big of a set I got, I would have started off by giving
Lux first.
That lady first. I would have been like, but you go there.
Because the other concern that a lot of the queens were having was like, it's a competition for the queens, but
and Mistress was worried too.
Yeah,
because her Lucy got some history, got some rough history, and she thought Lucy might stick her with somebody that she could not work with.
But what they were trying to be careful of is like these queens are in a competition, but these teachers aren't. And they don't want to make these teachers feel bad either.
Right.
To make them feel like, okay, you're the last pick. To make sure they understand it's about the queen and not them. So that was something else they were kind of trying to tread carefully around.
Right. Even though it kind of ended up like that.
Yeah.
But, hey, it is what it is. They kind of just went down the line though and everything. But it was, it to me, in the way that they did it, it made it seem as if Lucy was being shady and plotting, even though she was. I just think give Lucy the opportunity to show her cards if she wanted to, instead of, appearing as if, shady underhandedness, because the way that was presented to the public.
Interesting because some queens can do that and it's strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Other queens can do it and it's shady. And I think the thing that's different is the transparency in it. And Mistress and Lexus called her out on it before. Like, just be honest about your intentions. Say that that's what you want that role because it's the lead role and gives you more of an opportunity to shine.
Right.
Or I picked you for this. And Tuck, they actually called her out about it. But it's like, be honest. That's what it is. These girls are very clear about their intents, especially Lux. She lets you know exactly how she feels.
Well, and I don't blame Lucy again because the way that it was presented by production, all right, is and I'm concerned about the public, and the public perception of it, because the RuPaul Drag Race fans, there's a section of them that are pretty extreme and pretty vitriol and give the rest of us decent, fans a bad name, and everything, especially amongst the queens themselves, to where they get apprehensive about interacting with fans and stuff like that. So the way that it was presented made it seem like Lucy was being the villain and plotting against, and being shady and underhanded. I think that in order to allow these queens to be their authentic selves, production needs to get their thumb off of the scale. And especially in those particular situations, when that you don't have to present it and try to season the beef. The beef is already going to be seasoned, because this is reality TV. We're watching people in a heated competition for $200,000, do what they need to do and everything in order to get there. The beef is going to season itself right there. You just got to be there to capture it. Like you don't need to do these edits or to interfere with, change songs or something like that to try to create a narrative, because the narrative is going to establish itself. And if it doesn't, then whose fault is it? At the end of the day, it's a competition.
I mean, so I hear all of that, but I also look at the natural conversations that you blatantly see with both of these individuals together at contrast with each other.
Yeah.
So that's real. It's the things that happen in the individual confessionals that really make them look bad, honestly. That's where they really get the information to chop it up and make it look like.
My thing is, it would have did no harm to the storyline or the overall flow of the show had they had RuPaul started with Lux. You know what I mean?
Right.
Be like, who are you going to choose for Lux? And then they'd be like, oh, and then you got a moment right there, right? Like,
What is that?
Like, that sound effects where they be like, when they do.
You discover some of the silliest things in the middle of conversations, and like that's funny to me.
Yeah, that's the little sound effect that they be doing. Yeah,
it was just you doing it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But yeah, it makes itself like Paramount, CBS, Viacom, MTV. production guy right here. World of Wonder production guy right here will. I will build crescendos like no other. Like, I will build the show to an orgasmic climax. Like, because I'm doing it right here, from right here. And y'all are probably watching this because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all producers are fans. So you're probably watching, and you're taking our ideas. Just bring us aboard. We've earned it. Gosh.
So before we continue, I do want to just recap who are all in it because we're saying names or whatever, but we never just recapped who's left. Currently, before we get into the show, we have 5 queens. We have Sasha Colby, we have Anitra, we have Mistress Isabel Brooks, we have Lux Noir London, and then we have Dookie Delusion.
Lucy LaDuca.
That's what I said, Dookie Delusion.
Lucy LaDuca.
And all of these girls are freaking amazing.
Yes.
I'm in love with an aesthetic of each of them.
Yes.
Like, I can pick apart whatever because that's just like the human brain.
And it's the fact that we're seasoned Drag Race fans. We
to be honest, I would go to any of their shows.
Yeah.
I would in any of these top 5.
I would love to see Lucy LaDuca up close and personal. Like,
I would gladly send an invitation to each of you to sit on the GreatMines Show or the Cocktail Hour.
Yes.
I love the quality of drag that we're seeing right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Love it. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. It was that tobacco earlier, guys.
Except Jax.
Okay.
And or Mayari.
I'm not talking about them. I'm just talking about the top 5.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah.
Yeah, top 5 and up. There's some that's not in the top 5 that I would go see, but I'm not going to call names and make anybody feel less than unless their name is Dookie Delusion. Anyway, well, that's mean. Let me stop.
I will be. You got yours. I got mine.
Who's yours?
Jackson Aura.
You picked 2.
Mm-hmm.
Correction. He wants to see them, just not in drag.
Yeah. Aura, yes. Jax can get it because Jax smokes, so things could happen.
So like a Jax situation is like, okay, I'm not gonna kick him off the bed.
Right. If you there and we smoking and I'm in the mood, hey, go ahead, pop it in, have fun.
Although originally we were talking about a drag show. So like if you went to a drag show and they said, "Oh, Jax is here," like I'm not gonna walk out. That's my point. I wasn't talking about popping nothing in.
Oh, all right. Well, when you say out of drag, that's where I was going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out of drag on a chill vibe.
Mm-hmm. After a couple drinks.
I don't think that my personality and Jack's personality. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think we're each other's type.
No, we're just talking about,
Yeah, I mean, not even dating, just hanging out. I don't feel like, and I get along.
Well, I'm not even talking about hanging out. I'm just talking about straight up, I'm not talking about FMK. I'm just talking about F or K. Like,
what?
The game FMK. Screw, marry, kill.
Oh, just F and K.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Alrighty.
And I'm like, Jax, yeah, if I'm in the mood, yeah, man. And you're there, and you're the only thing there. Aura, yes, you can.
Aura, yeah, definitely.
You can, yeah.
Out of drag only. Though.
Yeah, out of drag only, yes.
But like, I guess a drag show I would have loved to go to was Irene Dubois.
Yeah, no, Irene Dubois looks like it would be entertaining. She should come back. Yeah, and I definitely think Irene Dubois deserves more than any other first queen eliminated. I think that she deserves a shot to come back because, I doubt that. Like, and I'm not saying that just because, of the fact that she's Bosco's drag sister and stuff like that. No, there's been plenty of drag families that didn't deserve the whole the second chance and stuff like that. Vanjie earned her second chance.
Yes, she did.
Freaking who we talk about now? What's her name again?
Irene Dubois.
Irene Dubois definitely earned, her second chance.
Who I really wouldn't mind seeing on an All-Star for multiple reasons? Diabetes. As much as I didn't like her, she would make great TV. She's actually a very skilled queen.
And I was making this point because me and PJ were having a conversation while we were watching it and everything about comparing, the villainy of Lucy DeLuca on this season compared to the villainy of Diabetes on last season.
It's a different type of villainy.
And it is a different type of villainy because Lucy definitely is drinking too much of her own Kool-Aid. The thing with Diabetes is that I can only think of one challenge in particular, or at least, and I can't remember the challenge specifically, but I remember one time in particular of the 3 challenge wins that she got last season. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but of the 3 challenge wins that she got last season, there was only one of them where I was questioning it. The other 2, she plainly won.
So I think a lot of people see these competition shows and they get so wrapped up in either the villainy or the empathy of the character that we forget that it's still drag.
Right.
And we
But my thing is that Diabetes actually had Kool-Aid that she could drink.
Hold on, let me get my thought out. I think we get so caught up in the competition of drag that we start to judge the person's drag based off of how we feel about them.
Yeah, no, and that's not the case.
No, like you can feel however you want to feel about
them. And that's what I'm saying.
Drag is on point. If I hired you to come do a show, I don't give a damn about your life outside of when you come on stage, you turn it out and make people want to come back and see you again. That's your job. You did your job. I can't be upset. You have bad days as well, where you're not someone's favorite person, but does that speak to the quality of work that you present?
No. And that's where, like I said, the crazy fringe of the Drag Race fandom or fan nation, Drag Race Nation is, giving the rest of us sane, Drag Race fans a bad rap because they take it there.
Right.
And everything. But yeah, no, like my thing was that, it's not about with Diabetes. It's that Diabetes had ice cubes in her Kool-Aid, and she could sip her Kool-Aid. Lucy over here just got sugar and water. She don't even got the She got the water, and she got the sugar, but she don't got the Kool-Aid in there just yet, to even be drinking her own Kool-Aid. Yeah. That's how I feel. Like Sasha, Mistress ain't put enough sugar in it just yet. But, Sasha, like, they all got their Kool-Aid.
I have a question. Because Lucy could be compared to Jan.
Mm-hmm.
Is Lucy really the villain?
But Jan only had one challenge when I think.
No, but hear me out. I'm talking about her personality and the way she's acting towards.
Oh, yeah, like I deserve.
Yeah. So she could, I have all this dance experience and theater experience, and why don't you see me? I'm this, see me. But that's almost beside the point. My question is, does that make her the villain of the season?
No, it does not, because she has confidence.
The best, and she's not presented in the best light, but she's definitely not a villain.
But she also had the most beef. So we could call her the butcher of the season because she had the most beef. Like, she had beef with Mistress, beef with S titties, beef with Lux New Orlando. Like,
yeah, she's not the villain. She just had the most beef.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, whether I agree with her or not, all of her beefs was her speaking up for herself, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So I can, because it's the whining for me. It's the entitlement for me that makes it annoying.
Right.
Otherwise, you're an amazing performer.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely equate her villainy to kind of Ultron, like, where it's like, oh, I'm so good because I'm doing this, but really, no.
Right. It's not doing what you think.
Like,
it's
yeah,
not
no.
giving what you think it's giving.
Yeah. So that's
that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why her name is Dookie Delusion.
Hence the basis of her villainy, is the delusion. Yeah. But which is different from Diabetes, you know what I mean? Because Diabetes was a legitimate Diabetes was a legitimate contender all her season. Legitimate contender. Like came from a legitimate contender, drag family with Crystal Method,
But she even got annoying with the whining about being compared to Crystal Method.
Even though you look like a discount Crystal Method. But whatever. Enough about Diabetes.
Back on track. So, again, Sasha, Anitra, Mistress Lux, and Lucy.
Yes.
They have this challenge to where they have to get their teachers in makeup, hair, and a outfit, and their entire look has to have that family resemblance. Each of them had their advantages and their challenges. I think Lux lucked out in the sense that she didn't luck out. She ended up with the most mixed matched pairing.
Mm-hmm.
But Lux's attitude, I'm gonna make it work. It's gonna be what it is. Time for the and the other twist was Ru wanted the teachers to lip sync for their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So we do the runway, and I didn't want to get too detailed in all of their looks, but with Sasha Colby, she did something that was new to her, which made it a risk.
Right.
And her and her teacher, they made this beautiful mesh of Colby.
Yeah.
And when they came out, so what Sasha did is she doesn't normally pad.
No.
But she was padded.
To the gods.
She was padded. And her teacher was padded. And had a very Colby look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like va-va-voom.
Va-va-va-va-voom. We're so old.
I know. Cheesy. Yeah.
But I don't know how much more to say. It was a nice pink dress that was nicely silhouetted on their bodies.
The same kind of little cutout.
Just opposite of each other.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of the makeup and the hair.
One was longer, one was shorter. Yeah, they kind of the same hair and makeup, honestly.
The same tone.
Yeah.
It was different, but it was that was just wonderful.
Right.
We had Mistress.
Next. Yep, Mistress.
Mistress and her
with Madam Thang.
Her teacher, who happened to be a part of the queer community. They made their own connection. She was also a thicker girl. So Mistress made her look like her, but she was a little heavy on the makeup, in my opinion. And it seemed like the girl's confidence wasn't where Mistress's was. And I noticed this with most of the girls, if not all, or most of the teachers, if not all. There was this level of confidence, except for Sasha's girl, actually. There was a lack of confidence on the stage, and you kind of like saw it in all of the teachers' eyes, where they looked at the queen to see, should I move this way, or did I do that right, or did I do this wrong? Oh, okay, let me. With Sasha's queen, not that she didn't like pair over from time to time, but she owned that freaking stage.
Yeah, she was living her best drag life.
Best drag life on stage. She embraced it.
Like you saw it, you felt it. Yeah.
Yeah. She was loving her padding and loving her dress and loving just the idea to be able to strut across the main stage.
Yep.
That, and in terms of confidence in the teachers, that was it. Mistress and her teacher, they had a little choreography, just little small things that was kind of cute.
Yeah.
Their gowns were similar to
their exit was very.
Yeah, it was their exit.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
Yeah.
Lucy LaDuca. Now, people can say what they want to say about Lucy, and we do. I have to say that Lucy's look for her and her teacher, or her drag daughter now, was spot on.
Yeah, no. And the thing with Lucy,
smart.
Yeah, the thing with Lucy is that her aesthetic and her drag aesthetic is always spot on. Like I said, the only time I had a problem was with that one vampire makeup where she went with purple instead of like a more gray tone. But like, yeah, like she always nails it. Like it, and it's a good look. Like she always has a good look, but there's always something a little bit off, a little bit off. This week it was the shoes. And then it was just the overall chemistry. Like they had a chemistry there, but it was very much still kind of felt like unfamiliar and forced and kind of manufactured.
Because literally, Lala LaDuca was literally mini me to Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
It was, so that part was spot on, but there was like, I don't know, there was still that disconnect.
Right.
So you looked alike. So I guess the idea would be like, so far what we've said, it would be what Sasha did, because y'all looked alike and y'all both presented that confidence. There was so many different connections beyond just looking alike that I could say that mm-hmm. y'all connected, y'all looked alike, you dragged her the hell out. It was good. Lucy, there was a disconnect because it was a very LaDuca aesthetic on this lady. But then there was Anitra mm-hmm. and Elektra.
Mm-hmm.
And Elektra turned that into Kid Sister.
That's all I gotta say about that. We've never seen that here.
I mean, the thought, it was this fitted pink and black outfit with armed foreskin, but it was so cute. It was well put together. I think that her girl had more connection and confidence than most of the other girls. There was a moment where she was a little shaky. That's why I give Lala LaDuca the best with not Lala. I can't think of what they named the teacher. Sasha's daughter. She was the best with the confidence.
Oh yeah.
But then it would be Elektra, which is Anitra's daughter.
Veracity Kobe.
Yes, Veracity Kobe.
Yeah.
Veracity was that. She was that. That was a perfect name for her. But anyway, so we got Anitra and Elektra killing the stage.
Yes. My only critique, it is very minimal, very minor.
It's about Anitra.
Yeah, and it is about Anitra. Anitra could have done something a little bit more with the hair outside of that little Oni bun that she had up there, and because Elektra was sitting there with the waves just laid and stuff.
She took so much time putting together. Yeah. Elektra's looked at. She said, "Oh shit, I gotta do something." Okay, give it a little bun. The rest of the damn.
Yeah. Like
on a pit stop, Bianca was calling it the drag mullet.
Yeah, it was definitely a drag mullet. I love a drag mullet. I think that if I dress up in drag, I'm definitely going to do a drag mullet because that's just the type of girl that my drag queen would be, as a mullet girl. Yeah,
I so see it. That's going to be the butchiest drag queen in the world.
I gotta see that one, y'all. I know. My drag.
Put it down in the comments if y'all want to see Stoney dressed in drag. Put it down in the comments. I need to see Stoney dressed in drag.
I'm going to be the most bearded Home Depot.
Exactly. Finally, we have Lux Noir London.
Mm-hmm.
My girl came out with cloth tied at her waist and stuff.
And Jennifer Coolidge.
And Jennifer Coolidge, who was like a Southern house wife or whatever type of aesthetic.
Right. Me and PJ lost it with Rue when they came out, and Rue was like, "I want a hot dog real bad."
Like, there was literally no, I don't care. Like, how many times have you walked into a room and you saw a stranger wearing the same thing as another person, or maybe even you?
Mm-hmm.
So wearing the same color, because it wasn't the same type of outfit, does not draw you together.
Especially when it's not the major color.
Yeah.
Like, right. had she done it with the same blue fabric instead of the coral fabric, that's the liner of the cape that her teacher had on, of the dress, the blue, it was the blue dress, and then it had a coral liner in the cape, and Lux's dress was made up of the same coral, right. And then it had the blue and the eyeshadow. Enough. It wasn't enough.
And so Lux had on like this auburn wavy
right
hair,
right,
and Asia Azul had
Jennifer Coolidge, blonde hair,
platinum blonde,
big
bob.
Old, big old bouffant, bob and stuff like that.
And she gave me very much like I'm going to like the book club with like the neighborhood women.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
Yeah, if
on a Sunday with some tea.
If Lux had put like a brown wig on her, there would have been some more of a resemblance there.
I think that
but the
Lux's
hair
look was too safe. Like she should have bent that. That was opportunity to really bend it. Right,
but the thing about it is like the hair and also the color of the outfit.
Not even just the color of the outfit. There was nothing like the color doesn't do it. Like if she's going to dress like a wholesome church mother and you're just like the skank on Saturday night because that's what you were given. At least if you did that, make me feel like that's your aunt and she's like being more preachy or tell a story. There was no story. There was no connection. The colors did nothing for me because the outfits were too opposite.
Right. Yeah, I get it. Like, and I agree.
So, again, I love Lux. But this week, clearly, if you ask me, she was the weakest. And I was nervous in past weeks that when we got to this point, as much as I admire her, that she might fall in this space. She said something up until this point. She's the only queen who has not landed in the bottom 3. So, to her favor, that is a thing, but that's not going to save you this week.
Just like second place in mini challenge wins, keeping track of, is a thing for this season.
It's a thing for Dookie. It's not a thing. This season is about errors. That's what this season is about. Yes. Everybody has an error.
Yes.
And
I am in my permanent greatness era.
Mistress has had multiple errors this season.
He's in his Kyng era.
I'm always in my Kyng era.
Yeah.
Until Ascension. Anyway. But Lux, I'm sorry, my dear, but you're up for elimination.
And Lucy LaDuca.
But before they lip sync for their life, we must crown a winner. Now, this person here, for me, is my front runner. And I'll explain why.
Welcome to the team! Oh my God!
I'm going to tell you why.
Oh my God!
Because one, she's proven that she's just as good. Secondly, she came without a name and worked her way to this position. I'm talking about Anitra.
Oh, yes!
Because Sasha is good. You can't take anything
away from the Sasha. He's an Anitra like me.
You can't take anything away from the Sasha meet and greet. But she came in with clout. She came in with known skills. She came in and everyone was afraid to touch her. And still is, honestly. But Anitra, she showed you who she was from the beginning. She kind of like fizzled in the background. But when she came back up to the front, she said, I am not playing with you hoes. She's earned this. Well, she's had 3 wins, 2 consecutively. The wins that actually count. Like she right now can do no wrong.
Yeah.
She's an amazing performer. She's beautiful in and out of drag.
Yeah.
And she soars.
Like if she does not win the crown, which is viable because she has to go through Sasha Colby. Like,
and if she does, like that's going to be a thing.
Let's be real. The crown, like right now, the crown goes. Yes, it has Sasha Colby's name on it, and you have to take it from her right now.
And it's possible.
Like, yes, it's very possible. Like like Anitra has the chops. She's proved it. And Mistress is starting to show that she has the chops.
See, so here's my thing with that. And I this is an Anitra moment, but I got to talk about this since you mentioned Mistress. Mistress Isabel Brooks has the chops, but all the other people, there are plenty of people who were eliminated that has more, or let's say it this way: there were many opportunities with those people that were eliminated for her to have had more wins.
Mm-hmm.
When you get down to a space where there are only 5 or 4 or 3 people, yeah, you're going to shine more. Whereas Sasha Colby, Anitra, and Lux Noir London were shining consistently. And winning consistently, or now Mistress always made her presence known.
Yeah,
she was never,
and she only landed in the bottom once.
But she didn't win as much either. Well, right. She has 2. How many wins does she have? 1 or 2? One. Yeah, I know what this is. It's not what I thought it was. So, I like as strong of a contender as Mistress is. I feel statistically and in the back of my head that she didn't quite earn the top 3. I think she's going to get it, and I only say that because like statistics, y'all. Statistically, because like take statistics and everything else away and just put them on stage and have them do comedy and have them do a lip sync. Mistress got this all day. I'm just talking about Mistress and Lux. There is no question about that. Mistress is taking it home. But statistically, it's Lux's race. If you took away the fluff, you took away the drag, which doesn't make sense. But just challenge wins.
Statistically, Lux is statistically running a better race. What I am saying is that you can definitely have statistically a better race than somebody. Yeah. It's the matter.
I mean, that's what we're going to see happen.
But it's a matter of quality. That's the thing. Lux's quality, to me, is slightly below the quality of Mistress Isabel Brooks.
And that's the thing. It's slightly below.
Mm-hmm.
I think with Lux, and I said this to you earlier, Lux has an aesthetic that's different than everyone else's, but within her aesthetic,
right,
she owns it.
Yeah, no, I'm I'm okay, and see, I call them the I call them the boy body queens. She's a queen that that feels like their natural slim boy body, is enough to portray femininity.
But you know what? It does work. There is,
and in some cases, yes,
it's not my draw.
Yes,
when it comes to
exactly.
Drag.
When it comes to drag,
generation,
I want to see big old Triple H tits.
But you have to understand, like one thing I would love to see in RuPaul's Drag Race is a bearded queen.
Yes, I would love to see a bearded queen. But Michelle Visage seems to have a problem with bearded queens.
So my thing is there's an aesthetic for all types. You know what type I can't deal with? The ones that be piercing themselves and bleeding and stuff on stage and doing all that gruesome. Like, I don't even like watching gory movies.
Even if it's fake?
I've seen people actually like staple stuff to their head and stuff like that and pierce their skin. Like, I've seen some crazy shit. That stuff, not for me. Anytime someone does that, I walk out because I can't stomach it. In a movie, I don't want to see it, and I've worked in the medical field dealing with blood, so it's not even that. It's just the self harm in it that I just can't get with. But my point in that, and you know what? There used to be a
winner was Anitra.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just going. But now that you said that, there was another drag show. It was very dark. It was like Halloween type drag show, whatever like that, and they were the more out there type. I didn't see bearded drag, but they definitely had trans men.
So was it more Dragula? Have you seen Dragula?
That's probably what it was called because I was visiting somebody and they had it on.
Because Dragula is definitely it's ran up by the Boyette brothers, who technically are the second most successful drag queen act behind of the modern age behind RuPaul. So it's like they do more of the gothic, macabre type of drag, like special effect-y drag, and they have a show.
And it's geared more on the spooky side.
Yeah, it is definitely more of a special effects type of show. I would say that if you remember the special effects makeup show on Sci-Fi that was great called Face Off.
Yes.
It was like Face Off and RuPaul's Drag Race met at a bar and had a baby. It would be Dragula's. was, you know,
exactly.
And that's what. And the crazy thing is, it's always was an internal nickname for RuPaul's Drag Race. Dragula was always an internal nickname for RuPaul's Drag Race, and then they came out with Dragula, like the actual show and stuff like that. Me and PJ always used it internally and stuff like that, but it's just funny.
It is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I say that to say with Lux has an aesthetic that I respect. It might grow on me. Because I'm seeing that it is legitimately a respected thing across the drag community.
Yeah, so, we have a drag embryo that's a boy body queen.
Well,
maybe that's what I said. Embryo is growing.
Yeah, she's transitioning, and she's building herself up. She has a drag family now.
What is it, Shakita?
Yeah, Shakita Carr.
Shakita Carr. Shout out to Shakita Carr.
Right. So, Anitra is the winner, and I want to give Anitra her moment. We still got time. Give Anitra her moment again. There is something so magical about Anitra. Something so special is like, obviously looking at her, she's a beautiful queen. She has talent. Sasha's a beautiful queen, has talent. I mean, there are tons and tons of beautiful queens with talent, but there's something that you feel with Anitra.
She gives you the feels,
and I think that's the difference, because I mean, love Sasha. Sasha comes off a little bit. I'm gonna put it this way. She's just there sometimes. She adds her 2 cents, but she's just there. Like, even in the Untucked, there's a lot of times she'll sprinkle in, and then she'll just sit there. She's not. There's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with her, but that's the reason, because mothers will step and say, bitch, you wrong. It's like, she'll chime in when somebody's right. She'll shake her head when something, like, every time Lucy says something, she makes a face.
Right.
So it's like, we love you, Sasha, and I will never take anything away from her, because she's talented as hell. But I don't get that same touch that I get when Anitra's performing, or when Anitra's on stage.
Anitra is very much, and the thing with being from the Philadelphia area, everyone knows the celebrities that are from the area. You got Will Smith and Jill Scott and Quinta Brunson and stuff like that, just from Philly alone. And then me back in Delaware, you got Ryan Phillippe, DJ Jazzy Jeff, who now lives in Delaware and has lived in Delaware most of his adult life, technically. So and it's like, Sasha Colby reminds me of those particular celebrities that are in your area, but you're never going to interact with and stuff like that. It may seem cool but there's always going to be that boundary there. Anitra, on the other hand, and it's not no effect to Sasha Colby, because of the fact that Sasha Colby is a legend and stuff like that, and I think it kind of carries that. With Anitra, you have that. She makes you feel,
and I don't want it to
like
be,
her.
I don't want it to be said that I'm saying that Sasha didn't earn this, because even if she didn't earn it while on the show,
no, she did.
In her career, she's worked so hard to gain this respect that she has, so that way she can get on it and just fly through, because she's on point with everything that she does. But and I guess that's something I need to tell myself, because I'm the only one that's been complaining all season about it. But she has the Kobe effect that just takes her there. When it comes down to Anitra, though, you see her putting in the work. You see her blood, sweat, and tears going into becoming this superstar, which at this point, Anitra, girl, you are a superstar. You're not just one of the drag queens in Vegas now. You're one of the superstars of the drag community. But it just makes, I just relate differently.
And this could definitely be a situation, and I was just thinking about, because you reminded me of because Sasha Colby's race is very, very similar and I've been trying, and I've been saying this, and you can go watch the show. I've been saying this. It's very familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. And I finally figured out. Her race right now is very, very much akin to Chad Michaels' race.
Exactly.
Because Chad Michaels on that season, right?
Almost flawless.
And you got to think Sharon Needles won that season, okay? And Sharon Needles rightfully won that season.
Yeah.
You know, she turned it on, you know, right towards the end and barreled through everybody, including Chad Michaels, to that crown.
That's what Anitra's doing.
You know, and that's what Anitra is doing. So it's funny because Chad Michaels came into Drag Race with a lot of clout.
Yes.
As the foremost, you know, Cher impersonator on the planet, and the only official one endorsed by Cher herself to impersonate her. Like, he came in with a lot of clout. Like, Cher is a gay god, like and he's officially stamped by her. Like, he came in the door with that. You know what I mean? So he's pretty much a you know, living saint for the gays. You know, he came in and lost to a Sharon Needles, a relatively unknown Seattle queen.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
Anitra, a relatively unknown Las Vegas queen, coming in against a mogul that is Sasha Colby. It's parallels here between, you know, season 4, you know, and we won't know, you know, if Sasha will fall like Chad Michaels, or if Sasha will keep her foot on the competition's throat and then twist it when she needs to.
So let's get to like the final bunch of this, because I don't know if we're going to have time to talk about the rumored All Stars 8 yet.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the judges RuPaul saw fit to put Lux Noir London and Lucy LaDuca at the bottom two to lip sync for their lives.
Right.
Now, with all the beef that they've been having, with all the spite and shade that they've been throwing, Lucy set up Lux for failure. And her plan almost worked because she ended up in the bottom. But what Lucy was not expecting is that she would be in the bottom with Lux. She actually thought that she was going to win the challenge. And she made it clear that she thought she was going to win the challenge every week. But anyway, and they lip synced. And I was nervous for Lux at one point before this episode. When I saw them do the Lollapalooza and I saw what Lux was giving, I'm like, ooh, I hope Lux can just carry this without having to lip sync. She has to lip sync. And I think, had it been Marsha, had it been Selena, Lux wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, no.
So she left out.
I don't even think she would have beat Amethyst.
I don't think so either. Amethyst would have said, hell, I think Jax would have sent her home.
I think Jax probably would have sent her home too. Yeah. So yeah, Lux was very lucky that she did not have the opportunity. Like, she did not, you know, have the opportunity to lip sync against any of the queens that left previously. Outside of Aura Mayari, who I think she would have sent home. Robin Fierce, I think she would have sent home.
I think she would have sent home Malaysia.
Yeah, I think she would have sent home Malaysia.
Either the twins.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stop there. And Rob, you said Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah, I don't think she would have sent home. What's her name? Irene Dubois either.
No,
I don't think she would have sent home Irene Dubois.
She would not have.
Yeah. So
what's up, bro? Christian's on.
Hey.
So now Lux out, but no, she didn't luck out because she gave a hell of a performance.
Right.
The performance she gave in this lip sync was dope as hell. And she deserved that win. And the look on Lucy's face.
Oh, face crack, and you heard it?
Oh, my gosh. It's a shame when we rejoice in someone else's defeat. All right, I'll put it like this. It's not so much rejoicing in her defeat as much as it's Lux's victory. Y'all know it's both. And it was just like a sweet taste that she got defeated by Lux.
Yeah, because they beefing.
It was like
serendipitous.
Yeah. Literally, when I saw that, I was like, serendipity! It was just the most perfect situation. I was so excited. I gave Lux a standing ovation when I first watched the episode.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, I watched it, and the lip sync wasn't, it wasn't memorable to me.
Christian said, "I'm mad. Y'all shady AF."
Not too much shady though. Just enough. Wait, keep us cool.
Oh, you see, Christian, you just joining the conversation. You missed my Dookie delusion reference.
See, there you go. And I'm being the civil one. When have you known that?
Weird.
Yeah,
we switching roles right now.
But no, I just think that that this particular lip sync wasn't that great on either parts, to be honest with you. But so
this wasn't one of those situations where I say send them both home or keep them home.
Yeah, no, Lux won.
Clearly one of those situations where Lux was the clear winner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Lucy, it sucks to see you go. We love watching you leave, but
not for those reasons.
I know it's fake, but hey, it looks great.
But you can walk over to our studios and join us on our set.
We would love to have you here and let the King know how unique and talented you are.
I would love, and I want to have these conversations. Like, I want to know after she's watched it, can she see where, like, even if it was the narrative that the editors or the producers was creating. Because like in every episode, you were saying the same thing. Where she was saying that she should have won. She should have won. In every episode. You can't edit that in every episode with the same outfit. I mean, you could, but World of Wonder's not spending that much money on editing or CGIing your outfits each week.
Yeah, no.
It's something about you, girl.
Yeah. So, sorry to see you go, but now we are down to our final four, which is Sasha Colby, Anitra, Mistress Isabel Brooks, and Lux Noir London. So we went from 16 queens down to 4.
And that right now, that is our show's official ranking in that order.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, we are in agreement that Sasha Colby is still the leader, but by
a hair.
Like when I tell you, they are like photo finish, finish territory right now.
I can talk forever about Sasha and Anitra's hair lead.
Like this is what between two competitors, we haven't seen a race this close since Sasha Velour and Shea Coulee.
Yeah. Oh,
that season, those two were back and forth all season long.
Yeah.
Other people will bring up Ginger Minj and Violet Chachki, as far as their race being very close on their season. I think Violet you could tell the last 4 episodes of that season that Violet was pulling away from everybody. And Minj is great. Don't get me wrong. I love Mr. Minj. All right. But, it just wasn't, it wasn't close, and the only other closest race was the one that finished in a tie. With the All-Stars, with Trinity and Monet. Like, they legitimately finished at a tie. Like, there was those two deserve it, Do I think that we could have a tie here in a regular season? No.
I don't think you need to. As much as they are...
And I'm not taking the tie if I'm Anitra or Sasha unless freaking Cash App gonna come out with $400,000.
Right. Because I'm not...
And then y'all better cash... I better hear the little change.
Right. Seriously, though. So, now, as we move forward, closer and closer to the finale, usually, well, not usually, but like the past couple of seasons, it's been like a top 4.
Mm-hmm.
Ru said this season it's only going to be a top 3, so we still have one.
We still have one more elimination.
Experience the defeat of an elimination.
Mm-hmm.
2 girls who have to worry about the defeat of an elimination.
Right.
Well, then maybe because we don't know how Ru, because Ru's been switching things up in terms of how she's picking people to move on. So maybe they have to lip sync against each other, all of them, or
and then whatever. We vote on the top 3, and then the final 3 get to do something or whatever. I don't know. Who knows? I'm a little bit perturbed because you're changing the formula of the show. The past, like, that's been the same way the past, like, what, 4 or 5 years now that they've been doing the top 4 and then a lip sync Lollapalooza for the crown. It's the best way to settle it. It has been the way to settle it. Like, we've already went through a season where we got gypped of basically 40 minutes of the show. And now you are basically taking away the excitement of the finale. Like, it's going back to the pageant days.
But I think, I would hate to see any of these 4 girls have to be eliminated. I feel like at this point,
I definitely think it's a mistake.
They've earned the clout to be all winners.
Yeah.
And to have to,
or to be all finalists. That's
when I say all winners, is like, of amateurs in this season, they're the best of the best of the best. And to work this hard, it's like, how do you, like, I hate to say it. My first thought is, how do you choose to eliminate any of these 4 girls? But then the part that I really hate is, if I had to, it would be one of my favorites, which is Lux. But Lux is somebody who I know deserves to be there.
Right.
And take away the wins, just the amount of work that she's put into her drag and where she's going.
Yeah.
So we're going past our time, and we really want to talk about this real quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys the rumored list of All-Star Season 8.
Yes. So
so do we want to save our commentary for our next episode so that way we can actually break it down?
Yeah. So we'll let you guys stew on this down in the comments. Once we read out these names, let us know who you are excited to see in RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 8. All right.
And this is a rumored list.
This is a rumored list. This has not been confirmed. So if you want to see some of these queens, let us know. If there's a queen that wasn't mentioned, if there's a queen on the current season that's gone or currently there that, you feel, if they don't win the crown, deserves a shot at All-Stars, make sure you comment that on Facebook, on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right. And all that here. And support us here at the GreatMines Show. All right. So, rumored All-Star 8 cast member number 1 is Alexis Michelle from season 9. Then we have Darian Lake from season 6. Then we have Heidi in Closet from season 12. And again, these are all rumors. These have not been confirmed. Okay. James Mansfield from season 9.
Look him up.
Jessica Wilde from season 2. Jimbo from Canada's Drag Race season 1, and who also was on Drag Race UK versus the World
season 1.
Kahana Montrese of the House of Montrese.
Wait, what season was she?
She was in season 11. Then you have Candy Muse, season 13. Lala Ree, season 13. Monica Beverly Hills, season 5. Miss Kasha Davis, season 7. And then Naysha Lopez, season 8. All right. These are all the rumor queens to be a part of the cast. So, again, if you didn't hear your favorite queen who you would like to see in All-Stars 8, put her name down at the bottom. Let us know what you thought about the rumor cast. And if you think anybody from season 15 gets in. We'll talk about it next week and let you know how we feel.
Christian said that he can confirm at least 3 for sure.
Oh.
So.
We might have some insider information. Well, you hold that to yourself, because you're going to talk to us about that, because we don't like to give the goods away for free around here. So. Yeah, make sure you inbox us with that info, guy. Yeah. But yeah, so make sure that everyone goes to the website right here. Yes, because at this website, at this website, you'll be able to get this book, A Life of Lust, Memoirs of the Porn Star.
This is not practice, by the way.
This guy right here. Tell him about it.
it's a book about me and stuff that I did and said in my life from like a child to like an adult, and then like it was about me.
And that pretty much wraps it all up in a nutshell. And you might also get one of them by reading this book too.
Oh wow! There we go. No, there's a little bit of everything: family, fun, freakiness.
Oh yeah,
everything. Find another F word that you can't say on TV.
Firmness.
That works. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for another episode. Wait, we still Stoney. I love it. I gotta put that up there real quick. From my bro, we love you. We miss you. Come join us on the show.
Yes,
Christian.
We would love to have you.
I miss you. We got to see.
We
see
do
you soon. But Stoney, do you have anything you want to tell the people?
Oh, thank y'all for coming. God bless you and good night.